Good morning. As we wake up to a new day, many of us are looking forward to a special weekend ahead, Valentine's Day. But before you finalize those romantic plans, there's an important weather update you need to know about. Mother Nature has big plans for this Valentine's Day weekend. A major storm system is moving across the country, and it's set to make a big impact, especially for those in the southern states. This isn't just a passing shower, it's a widespread event that could affect millions. It's not the surprise you want for your romantic plans, with heavy rain and thunderstorms targeting the southern U.S. cities from Dallas to Atlanta could see downpours, rumbles of thunder, and even the risk of localized flooding. If you were hoping for an outdoor date, it's time for a plan B. Candlelit dinners at home or cozy movie nights might be the safer bet this year, as parks and patios are likely to be drenched. The storm arrives Friday, February 13th and lingers through Sunday, covering the entire holiday weekend. That means the rain could start just as you're heading out for Friday night plans and stick around until the last brunch on Sunday. Expect periods of heavy rain, gusty winds, and the possibility of thunder and lightning. Some areas could see rainfall totals adding up quickly, leading to ponding on roads and tricky driving conditions. The main story: drenching rain, not snow or ice for most. Streets and highways could become slick, and low-lying areas may experience minor flooding, so use extra caution if you must travel. Moisture from the Gulf of Mexico will fuel downpours from Texas to the Carolinas. Cities along the Gulf Coast, including Houston, New Orleans, and Mobile, are in the bullseye for the heaviest rain. Millions will be affected, especially in the south central and southeastern states. Commuters, travelers, and families with weekend plans should all keep a close eye on the forecast. Travel and outdoor activities could be seriously disrupted. Airport delays are possible, and road trips may take longer than expected. If you're picking up flowers or chocolates, give yourself extra time. Local officials are urging everyone to stay alert for changing conditions. If you have to be out and about, check for updates before you leave and consider alternate routes if flooding is reported. Stay informed as the forecast evolves. Weather apps, local news, and emergency alerts will be your best friends this weekend, helping you stay ahead of any sudden changes. We'll break down the timeline, impacts, and what to expect in your area. Our team of meteorologists is tracking the storm hour by hour, so you'll know exactly when the worst weather will hit your neighborhood. From heavy rain to a touch of winter weather on the northern edge, we've got you covered. Some northern communities could see a mix of rain and sleet, so be prepared for slippery spots if you're traveling north. Our goal: keep you safe and prepared for whatever this Valentine's storm brings. Make sure you have an emergency kit ready, charge your devices, and check in on loved ones who may be affected. Let's dive into the timeline for this wet weekend so you can make the best plans possible and stay safe, no matter what the weather brings. Where's all this wet weather coming from? Let's break down the path of this powerful storm system and see how it's set to impact the south over the next few days. This isn't just a quick burst of rain, it's a sprawling, slow-moving system that will affect millions across several states. The storm starts to take shape in the plains on Friday, February 13th, as a surge of moisture-laden air from the Gulf of Mexico collides with a cold front pushing down from the north. This classic setup is a recipe for widespread rain and thunderstorms. Texas and Oklahoma will be the first to feel the effects, with clouds thickening and the first drops of rain falling by Friday morning. As the system taps into that warm, humid Gulf air, showers quickly become steady and roads start to glisten under the gray sky. By Friday night, the rain intensifies and spreads eastward into Arkansas and Louisiana. Cities like Little Rock and Shreveport will see steady downpours, and the radar lights up with bands of rain stretching across the region. This is a slow-moving storm, which means the rain doesn't just pass through, it lingers. That raises the risk of flooding, especially in low-lying areas and places that have already seen a lot of rain this season. Streets could quickly become rivers, and rural roads may be washed out. By Saturday morning, Valentine's Day, the heart of the storm settles over the lower Mississippi Valley. Louisiana, Mississippi, and Arkansas wake up to a soggy start, with neighborhoods soaked and rivers rising. Outdoor plans for the holiday? You'll want to keep them indoors. Thunderstorm activity ramps up as the day goes on, with flashes of lightning and rumbles of thunder rolling across the south. For many, it's a day to watch the weather from the safety of home, as heavy rain pounds rooftops and wind rattles windows. The storm keeps crawling east through the weekend, refusing to rush. Each hour the rain pushes a little farther, soaking new communities and keeping the ground saturated. The slow pace means the threat of flooding lingers, and rivers and creeks will need to be watched closely. By Sunday, the heaviest rain and strongest storms shift into Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, and the Carolinas. These states will see torrential downpours, gusty winds, and the potential for flash flooding in urban and rural areas alike. Each region feels the impact on different days, a true multi-day event that tests patience and preparedness. From Texas to the Carolinas, communities will be dealing with the aftermath long after the last raindrop falls. Travel and plans will be disrupted from Friday through Sunday. Expect delays on the roads, possible school closures, and changes to weekend events. It's a good time to check local alerts and stay flexible. We'll be tracking every move right here, bringing you the latest updates as the situation evolves. Our meteorologists are monitoring the storm's path, rainfall totals, and any new threats that may develop. Stay tuned for updates as the storm progresses. We'll have live coverage, breaking alerts, and tips to help you stay safe and dry. Let's see where the heaviest rain will fall next and how you can prepare for what's ahead. The next few days will be a test for the South, so keep your umbrellas handy and stay with us for the latest. Let's trace the path of this drenching rain as it makes its way across the southern United States, bringing with it a wave of wet weather and potential hazards. This isn't just a quick shower. This is a multi-day event that will impact millions of people from Texas all the way to the Carolinas. The journey begins in the plains, where thick, ominous clouds gather and signal the start of a significant weather system. By Saturday, Valentine's Day, the storm sets its sights on the deep south, promising a holiday weekend that's more about umbrellas than roses. Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and parts of Tennessee and Alabama are first in line for hours of relentless soaking rain. Streets will glisten under the downpour, and highways could quickly become slick and hazardous. For many, the sound of rain on rooftops will be a constant companion throughout the day and into the night. In urban areas, the risk of flooding rises sharply. City streets may transform into shallow rivers, making travel not only difficult but potentially dangerous. Commuters and residents alike should be prepared for sudden changes in road conditions and possible detours. If you have dinner plans or need to be out and about, allow extra travel time and keep an eye on local weather alerts. Even a short drive could take much longer than usual, and visibility will be reduced as rain pours down. By Sunday, the storm's focus shifts eastward, targeting Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Here, the system taps into moisture from the Atlantic, intensifying the rainfall and ensuring that the wet weather lingers into the second half of the weekend. Residents along the coast and inland should brace for another round of heavy showers. The impact won't be limited to city streets. Local streams and major rivers will swell with runoff, and some may overflow their banks. Flooding could affect neighborhoods, farmland, and even disrupt travel along major routes. Many areas are already dealing with saturated ground from previous rains, which means the risk of flash flooding is even higher. Waterlogged fields and muddy yards will struggle to absorb more moisture, leading to pooling and standing water in low-lying spots. The exact track of the storm will determine which communities see the heaviest downpours. Some towns may experience brief but intense bursts of rain, while others could see a steady, soaking rain that lasts for hours. Everyone in the southeast should stay alert and check for updates frequently. Make sure you have a plan in place, especially if you live in a flood-prone area. Charge your devices, gather emergency supplies, and keep an eye on local news and weather apps. This storm isn't just about canceled plans or soggy shoes. Flooding is a real and serious concern. Emergency crews are already preparing, and residents should do the same to protect their homes and families. Our team of meteorologists is monitoring the situation minute by minute, tracking the storm's every move and providing the latest updates to keep you safe and informed. So just how much rain can you expect in your area? Let's break down the rainfall totals and see which regions are most at risk for flooding as this soaking journey east continues. So, how much rain are we expecting? Across Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, and the Carolinas, expect 1 to 4 inches. That's a month's worth of rain in just a few days for some spots. Localized areas could see even more, especially where thunderstorms train over the same spot. Some unlucky communities could get up to 6 inches, enough for flash flooding. Streams and creeks could quickly become dangerous. If you live in a flood-prone area, have a plan. Minor flooding is likely in the 1 to 4 inch zone. Flash flooding possible where totals are higher. Never drive through flooded roads. Turn around, don't drown. Even a few inches of water can be deadly. Stay alert for local warnings. Rain isn't the only threat. Thunderstorms are a big concern on Saturday, February 14th. The highest risk zone, eastern Texas, southeastern Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Mississippi. These storms could be strong, with damaging winds, hail, and even an isolated tornado. Widespread tornadoes aren't expected, but the risk isn't zero. Gusty winds could knock down trees and cause power outages, especially with saturated ground. Secure loose outdoor items before Saturday. Have a way to receive weather warnings, weather radio or smartphone alerts. If a warning is issued, stay indoors and away from windows. Postpone travel until storms pass. The greatest risk is Saturday afternoon and evening, prime time for Valentine's plans. Stay weather aware and safe. While rain is the main story, a brief wintry mix is possible on the storm's northern edge. Parts of North Carolina and southern Virginia could see snow, sleet, or freezing rain late Friday night or early Saturday. The main concern is freezing rain, which can make roads and sidewalks dangerously slick. The wintry mix should be brief, changing to rain as temperatures rise. If you're traveling in these areas, check road conditions and use caution. For most, snow and ice won't be an issue, just heavy rain and storms. But even a little ice can cause big problems. We're watching this closely for you. Ironically, many southern areas need rain due to drought. Parched ground can't absorb water quickly, so heavy rain leads to rapid runoff and flash flooding. The very places that need rain most are also most at risk for flooding. A slow, gentle rain would help, but this storm brings a deluge. It will help replenish soil moisture and reservoirs, benefiting spring planting and reducing wildfire risk. But first, we have to get through the flooding threat. It's a double-edged sword relief for drought, danger from floods. After the storm, the landscape will be in better shape. The key is to stay safe during the stormy weekend. There's a silver lining, but caution comes first. This storm hits during a busy weekend, disrupting Valentine's plans and major events. The NASCAR race at Daytona is threatened by rain and thunderstorms Sunday. Delays or postponement are possible. Lightning or heavy rain could halt the race and send fans to shelter. Travel across the southern U.S. will be tough. Expect poor visibility, ponding, and airport delays in Atlanta, Charlotte, and Dallas. Check your flight status before heading out. If you can, postpone non-essential travel. If you must drive, prepare your car and pack an emergency kit. Give yourself extra time and stay alert for changing conditions. A little preparation goes a long way in a storm. Stay safe on the roads and at events. How do you stay safe and dry this Valentine's weekend? Stay informed with the latest forecast and alerts. Have a reliable way to get warnings. No AA radio or smartphone app. Know the difference between a watch and a warning. Secure loose outdoor items and clear gutters to prevent water damage. Prepare for power outages. Charge devices. Have flashlights and batteries ready. Stock up on non-perishable food and water for a day or two. If you must drive, slow down and never drive through flooded roads. Turn around, don't drown. Your safety comes first. Use common sense and avoid unnecessary risks. Let's make it a safe, if soggy, Valentine's weekend. That's the national outlook. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.